Turning to arenas, ballparks, stadiums, and normalcy as a whole is taking a lot of hard work, and that includes getting vaccinated.
Well, as COVID vaccines roll out to all adults, this month we're experiencing a wide range of emotions from guilt and envy to shame and joy. It can be a whole lot to process. And joining us live with more on how to handle these emotions is Dr. Sophia Albert, a psychiatrist with the University of Minnesota Medical School. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I guess it's not terribly surprising, but if you can explain why there are so many emotions involved around and attitudes around the vaccine.
Yeah, so this pandemic has gone on a long time. A year ago, I think we all thought that we could mobilize our resources and do what we needed to do to get it over with. And we find ourselves a year later in much the same place. And I think what has really characterized the past year has been a lot of unpredictability, a lot of changes, adjustments, and I think that has led to people sort of operating in more of a survival mode. When we're faced with things that are uncertain, our brain sometimes simplifies things, casting things in more binary terms like good or bad, right or wrong, and that also can lead to some sort of heightened big emotions around things that are associated with being in this sort of stress, fight or flight survival mode.
And for some people, an uncertain thing might be vaccination. There's now vaccine anxiety, pretty common. Can you talk to us about what that is?
Absolutely. So anxiety occurs when we're faced with something that's unknown. And we now have this option to get a vaccine that potentially is going to end the pandemic. And so I think there can be a lot of big emotions that maybe are a little unexpected sometimes. There can be anxiety about, oh my gosh, when is my turn going to come? There can be anxiety about maybe what's it going to be like to get the vaccine? Am I going to have side effects? Or even some anxiety around things like, gosh, is my life going to change again? Am I going to now have to go back into work? And is that going to involve a lot of other sort of adjustments that I've already been having to make this past year?
Okay, let's move on to vaccine guilt. I know I got the vaccine sooner than I expected, and I felt like, oh, I don't think I should be in this group. But some people are feeling guilty about getting a vaccine. And how can you handle that? How should you, should your self-talk be to yourself? It's kind of redundant.
Absolutely.
But, you know.
So, yeah, this guilt phenomenon is interesting. I don't think it's anything anyone expected, but strangely, I hear it a lot, especially for people that work in healthcare. We've dedicated our lives to caring for others and making sacrifices, and the idea that we're going to take a scarce resource for ourselves somehow, I think, can lead to some feelings of guilt. What I generally recommend is for people to reframe that in the sense that when we get the vaccine, we're actually contributing to the development of herd immunity. So we're making it harder for the virus to infect us so that we can't give it to other people. And we're also making sure that our body is in a place where there can be mutations that occur.
And, it now is becoming more and more widespread, but some people might not be ready to get the vaccine. And now we're talking about something called vaccine shaming. Talk a little bit about that and, how people can kind of, on an individual basis, handle each person's personal perspective.
Absolutely. So I think the most important thing to remember when we're discussing the vaccine, perhaps with people who may not want to get it or that have some concerns about it, is really to maintain a respectful tone and to keep dialogue open. At the end of the day, the success of the vaccine causing herd immunity is going to be that everyone gets a shot, or most people get a shot. And so shaming someone is probably not going to be the best way to get them to change their mind. I really think what is better is to give people an opportunity to express their hesitations or concerns. Being able to sometimes talk about our emotions really is what enables us to get to the other side and perhaps more critically think about an issue.
Shaming doesn't seem to work in any way. No. All right, Dr. Sophia Albert, thank you so much for your thoughts on this from the University of Minnesota Medical School. Things to think about.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it is